Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers are in for Tuesday, July 15, 2025. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, to operate on Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, waits impatiently to see his son's outcome. Let's begin with Liam, who was shot and then went through emergency surgery. While all this was going on, Liam was also dealing with an inoperable brain tumor. Liam knew he was on borrowed time and was insistent on saving Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Misinswood, from Luminozawa, Lisa Yamada. Liam did just that before getting shot himself. Steffi and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, have been praying for Liam to wake up. Just as everyone was arguing with Bill about Liam and Luna, John, Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, reported some amazing news. Liam is starting to react to stimuli, such as light and sound. Soon after that, everyone watched as Liam's eyes started to flutter open. At first, everyone was blurry, but then Liam was finally able to see the people surrounding him in the hospital. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for tomorrow's episode reveal that Liam just went through emergency surgery. However, he will go through another one. This one is probably that risky treatment that Grace was pushing so hard for. Grace clearly wants Liam to survive, but why is she being so pushy about the risky treatment? Is it because she truly believes that this is the only way for Liam to survive? Or does it have something to do with all those annoying messages Grace was getting on her phone? While Liam has another surgery, Bill impatiently waits to see the outcome. Now that Bill knows about Liam's brain tumor, he will do whatever is necessary to get Liam better. When Bill declared in the hospital hallway that Liam was not going to die, he likely meant it. Plus, with fans knowing that later in the week, Bill steals Liam's body from the hospital, it sounds like things are really heating up. It was assumed that Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, faked Luna's death and was going to try to fix her. However, with Finn's response to his complicated feelings about Luna's death, it's now not very clear. In a powerful, emotionally charged episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Tuesday, July 15 delivers unforgettable twists and gut-wrenching stakes. As Liam Spencer lies unconscious, fighting for his life, Grace Buckingham steps into a high-stakes operating room she never expected to walk into again. Meanwhile, Dollar Bill Spencer is a ticking time bomb of raw emotion, pacing hospital halls, and ready to confront anyone who dares stand in his way. And just when all hope seems lost, Liam opens his eyes. Scene 1. A race against time, the operating room. At University Hospital, the medical crisis intensifies. Liam's condition has worsened dramatically overnight. His brain scan reveals an acute clot, threatening to destroy what little function remains. Dr. John, Finnegan, visibly torn, confides in the team that traditional procedures won't be enough. "We need something bold," Finn states gravely, "something that borders on miracle work. And that miracle might just come from Grace Buckingham." After much persuasion from Finn and even an emotional plea from Bill himself, Grace is pulled out of forced retirement. She's known as a prodigy in neurological microsurgery, the kind of skill that saved lives and made headlines. But a haunting surgical failure years ago drove her into quiet academic work. She hasn't held a scalpel in years. Now she stands in front of an unconscious Liam with his life in her hands. As the scene builds to a crescendo, Grace scrubs in, her fingers trembling for the first time in her life. "This isn't just about redemption," she whispers. "It's about saving a father, a son, a brother. And proving to myself I still have it." Scene 2. Bill Spencer's impatient breakdown. Outside the OR, Dollar Bill is a storm of raw nerves. Dressed in black and pacing like a caged panther, he refuses to sit down or accept coffee or even a kind word from Katie. "I don't want reassurances," he snaps. "I want results." Katie tries to comfort him. reminding Bill that Grace is one of the best surgeons the hospital has ever seen. But Bill's patience has evaporated. My son could die, Katie, and all I can do is wait in a hallway like a damned civilian. In a surprising moment of vulnerability, Bill tears up. The emotions he's held back for so long are erupting. He blames himself not just for what happened to Liam, but for being emotionally distant for years. I was too busy being Dollar Bill, building empires and making enemies. Meanwhile, my son, he was out there suffering, and I didn't see it. Katie reaches out and clasps his hand. You're here now, that's what matters. But Bill pulls away. No, it's not enough to be here now. I should have been there then. Scene 3. Hope's guilt and Wyatt's fury. Meanwhile, Hope Logan sits alone in a hospital waiting room, guilt etched across her face. She hasn't stopped crying since the ambulance brought Liam in. She blames herself, not for the accident itself, but for the emotional turmoil Liam has been enduring. Their breakup, her coldness, her moving on so quickly with Carter, all of it. I pushed him to the edge, she sobs into her hands. And now he might not come back. Wyatt enters, his expression a mix of concern and rage. You did not do this, Hope. She tries to interrupt, but Wyatt goes on. Liam made his own choices. You didn't put him in that alley, unconscious and bleeding. He did. Or someone else did. Either way, this isn't your fault. Hope stands and grabs his arm. But what if it was my distance? What if my silence pushed him into a dangerous place? Wyatt softens, pulling her into a hug. Then you make it right when he wakes up, and he will wake up. Scene 4. Inside the OR, Grace's gamble. Inside the operating room, the pressure mounts. The clot near Liam's cerebral cortex has shifted dangerously close to a vital region controlling memory and motor skills. One wrong move and Liam could wake up unable to speak, move, or remember his loved ones. Sweat drips down Grace's brow, but her hands stay steady. Retract the dura, she instructs. We'll come in behind the ventricle, angling away from the posterior artery. Finn watches in awe. Grace is in her element. Calm, brilliant, and decisive. He glances at the vitals, steady, responsive. For the first time in hours, there's hope. But then, an alarm shrieks. BP dropping. Norepinephrine, stat. Grace barks, not missing a beat. She locates the source of the drop, a tiny bleed near the frontal lobe. In a daring move, she applies microcautery to an area most would avoid. It works. The bleeding stops. The vitals stabilize. The clot is extracted. As the team breathes a collective sigh of relief, Grace closes the incision. Sutures in, let's bring him back. Scene 5. Bill confronts Poppy. Back in the hallway, a surprise visitor arrives. Poppy Nozawa. Bill, she says, approaching cautiously. I just heard. Is he? Bill's reaction is immediate and cold. You've got some nerve showing up here. I cared about Liam too. Don't. Bill cuts her off. You used my son. Your daughter lied to him. And now you want to act like a concerned bystander? Poppy tears up. This isn't about me or Luna. This is about Liam. I'm here because I know what guilt feels like, Bill. I live with it every day. Bill softens slightly. Then do us both a favor and stay out of the way. He turns his back and walks off before Poppy can say more. Scene 6. Steffi's regret and Sheila's visit. At the Cliff House, Steffi learns about Liam's surgery. She rushes toward the hospital but pauses when Sheila Carter appears at her doorstep, uninvited. Steffi, I just came to say, Steffi snaps. Not today. I know I'm not wanted. But Liam is in that hospital bed because he was trying to protect people from me. You, Finn, your kids. I need to see him. Steffi's jaw tightens. If you go near that hospital, I'll have security drag you out. You think you care? You don't even know what love is. She slams the door in Sheila's face. Behind the door, Sheila whispers, You're wrong, Steffi. I do know. And Liam. Liam gave me the benefit of the doubt once. That's more than you ever did. Scene 7. Liam opens his eyes. Hours pass. Grace steps out of the oar, her scrubs stained, her eyes weary, but triumphant. He made it. She tells the assembled group. It was close. But he's stable. Cheers erupt. Katie hugs Bill. Hope collapses into Wyatt's arms. But, Grace continues, he's not out of the woods. We'll know more when he wakes up. The room quiets. The anticipation is thick. Later, in Liam's recovery room, Finn checks the monitors as Bill, Hope, and Wyatt stand nearby. Grace watches from the doorway, saying nothing. She's done her part. Then, Liam stirs. His hand twitches. His eyelids flutter. Hope gasps, stepping forward. Liam's eyes open. He blinks a few times, looking around in confusion. Then his eyes settle on Hope. Hope, he rasps. She falls to her knees at his bedside. Yes, baby, it's me. You're okay, you're here. A tear escapes down Liam's cheek. Did I? No, Bill answers, stepping forward, voice thick. Not on my watch. Scene 8. The fallout begins. As the emotional high fades, a darker realization sets in. Liam remembers collapsing, but he doesn't remember why. The last thing he recalls is being in his car. Then, nothing. Finn frowns. That's unusual. Grace agrees. We may be dealing with trauma-induced amnesia. He may have repressed something, or someone may have caused it. Everyone freezes. Bill clenches his jaw. You think someone did this to my son? Grace doesn't answer, but her eyes speak volumes. We'll monitor his progress. But if this wasn't an accident, she trails off ominously. Scene 9. Ending montage. Hope, Steffi, Sheila, and Grace. Hope sits beside Liam, holding his hand, tears falling silently. Steffi looks out her window, cradling a photo of Liam and Kelly. Sheila stares at the hospital from afar, whispering, soon, Liam. I'll find a way in. Grace, alone in the surgical lounge, looks at her trembling hands, then breathes deep. She saved a life, and maybe her own soul. Final words. Tuesday, July 15th's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivers an unforgettable mixture of hope, suspense, and stunning emotional turns. Grace Buckingham's miraculous surgery, Bill's emotional reckoning, and Liam's awakening promise a bold new chapter. But with memories missing and enemies still lurking, this is only the beginning. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAU2TFUL UPDATE YouTube channel for more update news.